Hello, and welcome to One Green Voice, where we talk about everything related to living an eco-friendly lifestyle. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. If you're a seasoned subscriber, welcome back. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click on that red subscribe button and the bell so that you'll be notified when I upload videos. Lots to talk about today, but before we get started, I'd like to address the elephant in the room, or the bird's nest as the case may be. So it's now been 4 months since I've had a haircut, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We're really lucky to go to a great hairdresser. Hi, Amber. But I must confess that we're talking about her a lot these days. Looking forward to going back. I call this version of my hair the Covid Coiff. And when it gets really bad, up it goes to become the Pandemic Ponytail. And there it is. I don't know. So I want to start by thanking everyone for all your support and the shares on the longest time video that Dave and I did. We were really touched by the responses. So many people said, thank you, it made us happy, or it made my day. And it made me realize that I'm not alone during this really bizarre time in needing things that lift my mood and lift my spirits. And those responses actually inspired me to do this video, self-care during the pandemic. But really, it's self-care at any time. My tips relate to, first of all, taking care of your immune system, and secondly, keeping your head in a positive space. So let's get started. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 on my list will come as no surprise to you. Number 1 is diet. If I had my way, I'd be self-medicating all day long, and for me that would mean carbs, carbs, and more carbs. Unfortunately, our immune systems do much better when we feed ourselves things like lean protein, good fats, lots of vegetables, some fruit, and whole grains. And please don't shoot the messenger, but sugar is the enemy more now than ever, so take care of yourself and try to keep your cakes, cookies, candy, etc. to a minimum. You know the drill. Number 2, move. Staying active will help your head as well as your waistline. If you can get outside and go for a walk, that's perfect. If you have stairs in your house, start by doing a couple sets a day and increase by 1 or 2 sets every day. Have a dance party. Invite friends and family to attend via Zoom or FaceTime. If you have workout equipment in the house, pull it out. Take the clothes off the treadmill and see if it still works. I understand it's become fairly challenging to find workout equipment online because so many people have been buying it. But if there's one item you can get your hands on, this is the one I suggest. I've collected a fair amount of workout equipment over the years, and this has got to be my favorite. It's called the TRX, and it's a pulley system. It's made of heavy-duty nylon. The TRX was invented by a Navy SEAL so that people could work out in small spaces, and truly you will get an all-over body workout. Attach it through your door, which is really simple to do, and I will insert some videos showing you how to set it up and how to use it. So here's the piece that gets stuck in the door. You open the door, you put the piece through, close the door, put some weight on it, and it's ready to go. Now, again, there's a ton of exercises you can do. Just a few I'll demonstrate. This one is set up for our door, which we have a very low ceiling, but with this piece you can use it with a much taller door, or there's another attachment you can get that goes into the ceiling, and there's a lot of space to make it longer. It comes with a giant poster which shows you all kinds of exercises that you can do, and on the other side is just how to set it up and how to use it, and it really is simple and effective. Number 3 is sleep. Sleep is always important, but especially so right now. And I will link down below a video I did about natural ways to fall asleep. Okay, now we're getting to the fun part. Number 4, my favorite way to decompress is to take a bath. Warm water, Epsom salts, low lights, no sound. Now, you may be the kind of person who wants to hear rock music during your bath or read a book, and that's all great, whatever works for you. Number 5 is find a good puzzle. It's really hard to think about anything else when you're looking for that perfect shade of pink. We recently had to buy new puzzles because we did all of ours. So while I was looking, I found a new brand called Graphics, and I was thrilled because it's actually eco-friendly. All the pieces are made of recycled fibers, and the inks are all non-toxic and soy-based. So that was perfect. I was so excited, so I couldn't wait to tell you about it. And they have a wide variety of puzzle pictures. This one, for example, is called Globetrotter Beaches. We figured since we can't go there, at least we can look at them. And I have another one here. Our son thought this was hilarious. It's called Weed Wonderland. And they have old masters, so there's something for everybody. Number 6, find a juicy book that takes your mind to happier places. I'm going to highly recommend The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared. The author is Jonas Jonasson. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And he is Swedish. This is the funniest, most clever book. I will read you what the back says. A reluctant centenarian with a life much like Forrest Gump's if Gump were an explosive expert with a fondness for vodka, decides it's not too late to start over. And when you meet the 100-year-old man, his name is Alan Carlson. He's in a nursing home, and he's just had his 100th birthday party, and he goes AWOL, he goes out the window and never looks back. There's a follow-up book as well, and I was afraid to read it, literally afraid to read it, because I didn't think it would be as good, and it was. I just sent them to my dad, and he's almost finished the second one too. And speaking of Alan Carlson, number 7 is laugh. Laugh as much as you can. It's really good for your immune system. Number 8 is the Calm app. I might have mentioned this app in a previous video. I've only purchased 2 apps ever, and this is one of them. They have meditations ranging from a minute to probably 30 minutes. Some are guided, some are not guided. And then they have sleep stories, which are designed to help you fall asleep. The voices of the person reading it are always relaxing. You can tell they're manipulating you into going to sleep, but who cares? That's the end goal, right? The other thing I love about this app is they have master classes where they have these internationally renowned experts teaching you about different topics. Some of the master classes are quite long, but they record them in nice broken down chunks so you can listen when it's convenient. One of the newest master classes is called Training Your Mind, and it's led by LeBron James. So that is the caliber of teachers they have. I could talk about this app all day, but please go check it out. Again, it's calm.com. Number 9, my favorite way to get away from everything is, and always has been, movies. I have 3 uplifting suggestions for you. When Harry Met Sally is my favorite movie of all time. It's now 31 years old, hard to believe. I watch it again every year or so, and it's always fresh. The screenplay is just so clever. Second movie, or rather trilogies, Back to the Future. You've got action, adventure, time travel, little romance, and again, very clever script. My favorite thing about this trilogy is that although all 3 movies take place in very different times and settings, the characters are basically the same, and it all comes back together in the end. And finally, my sleeper choice is a movie called Yesterday, which came out in 2019, and it's just a beautiful movie. It's about a young musician who's struggling, and he's just about to give up the dream of becoming a professional musician when he wakes up one morning, and I'm not going to ruin it for you, but he's the only one on planet Earth who remembers the Beatles, punctuated by what many would argue is some of the best music ever made. And it's, spoiler alert, a happy ending. So I initially saw the movie with my husband, who's a total Beatles fanatic. I loved it so much I asked our son to go. He went, although he definitely did not inherit the movie-loving gene, and he loved it so much he actually thanked me for taking him. Numbers 10 and 11 are actually don'ts. And I'm suggesting them because I'm finding that they're really helping me. I mean, I have my down days too, don't get me wrong. So number 10 is to really be careful about when you're consuming news and what kind of news you're consuming, and I'm talking about television or social media. Number 11 is to try and keep yourself surrounded by positive people. Yes, again, we all have down days and we all need friends that we can talk to back and forth. But I decided to put this into the video after a telephone conversation I had about a week ago. I was talking to a gentleman about coming to do some work around our house. And I don't know if I triggered him or what happened, but before I knew it, he was just going off about the pandemic and what was happening and how it was affecting his business and his life and the way he does his job. And I felt really badly, but I was kind of mad at myself because instead of extricating myself from this conversation, I listened to him for 20 minutes. And I really didn't need that. It was not helpful for my head. So that's my advice. If you can avoid a conversation like that, take care of yourself and do it. Those are my suggestions for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please share down below what you've been doing to keep your spirits up. Have you been naming your hairdos? Take care, have a great day or evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.